Good evening. Welcome back to another episode of the Inspired Podcast, where we're inspiring you to live the abundant life you deserve. Every week, we're going to have different stuff going on. So this week, we have my friend here, Roberto from Venezuela. He's been in the country 8 years. And when he first got here, he didn't speak a lick of English
Nothing.
at all. But you'll hear more about how we met and how we got together. So, Roberto, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Awesome, guys. So, one more time, my name is Roberto Villarreal. I was actually born in Dominican Republic when I was around like 8 year and a half, 9 years old. I went to Venezuela. That's where I was raised. All my family is from Venezuela as well. Right there, I graduated school, of course. And then I had my first opportunity to work in sales when my mom lost her job at that moment. So, I had one of my friends. His dad had a company that they were selling clothes, right, for kids. So I asked him to give me some clothes so I can go to the street, go business to business without having no experience, just to try to get some sales. I did it. So that was the first good experience that I ever had about business and, of course, sales. And when I had the opportunity to move to the United States, that was about around like 8 years and a half ago. Yeah, pretty much. I came here without speaking English. It was one of the biggest challenges that I ever had in my life for sure. That's when I got to meet Sam here. I one more time didn't speak no English, but I had the mindset that I moved to this country to look for my American dream, right? And then that's when I got to meet Antonio. Antonio used to be my leader at that time, and he was the one that brought me into the business, right? So one more time, I didn't speak no English. The way that I learned to speak English was through learning this speech. So I had to do it pretty much word by word. One more time without speaking English. I went and I threw myself to the water to learn how to swim. And yeah, pretty much one more time, that was one of the best experiences that I've had in my life. It was really tough, of course.
Yeah.
What else I can tell you about that? Though one more time, that's my life. As soon as I started working in that company. I moved into the corporate world when I started working for a marketing agency. I started really doing really good at that company. I thank God within 6 months and a half, I got promoted to senior business developer. I started working as a business developer right there. What I used to do cold calling calls, and yeah, I
So you
grew
had to learn another pitch, huh?
another pitch right there for sure.
So it's crazy because what was I know not speaking English was a big challenge, but after you learned the pitch, the first company, how did that turn out for you?
I mean, it turned out really good for me though, because it taught me that you can be taught anything though. So if I was able to listen the people that knew something about something I want to know, as long as I follow directions, I was going to be able to make it. And with that comes one more time the fact that I believe in that person, and he told me was, I mean, you can make it happen, and as long as you believe in yourself, and that's exactly what I did. I made it happen.
So I know you're starting your own business and you have a marketing business. So what inspired you to start it and get into marketing?
What inspired me to do that was one more time, like I moved to this country to look for my American dream. And when I started working in this company, I realized that it's a lot of business that you can get done when it comes to marketing. I started pretty much getting in love of marketing on the way that everything works, how you can actually help business increase sales through social media. And I started honestly really liking it. I started studying on my own side. I opened up my first e-commerce business, and that's when I started studying like the ads and how to do it. And I just realized that if I was doing it for somebody else, I can do it for myself as well. And that's when I decided to quit my job, which was a really hard decision because that job pretty much changed my life too.
Yeah.
I got to a position that I was a director right there. So I was for the first time making over six figures for the first time in my life. So leaving that job was really difficult for me, but I knew it was the right decision. And that one more time, I came here to create my American dream. And that's the
Yeah.
thing that inspired me to make that decision. Because one more time, if you're doing it for somebody else, that means that you can do it for yourself. And that's when you pretty much burn the boats that you have and you're ready to start swimming. Like you have, for example, like if you burn the boat, like you gotta make it happen, no matter
That
what.
sounds like the art of war, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
That's
Um,
one of the books you read, huh?
for sure.
Yeah, The Art of War. That's a good book.
Yeah, but yeah, I can talk to people out there though. Just if you ever are have that fear to make that decision of quitting and pursuing your dreams from somebody that is doing it right now, I would recommend you to do it.
Just
Like
do it.
it's scary. Like for real, it's scary, and life is gonna test you. God is gonna test you a little bit, but then that's when you get to know yourself, and like you really get to know how you like on what you're made of, you know.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to see what happens for real.
Yeah, and I think it's just basically like life is gonna challenge you to see if you really want what you're pursuing. Like obstacles are gonna come up to try to derail you to see if you can still stay focused because all that is gonna be a part of your story, you know? Yeah.
For real. And you have
So
to be grateful for everything that happens to you, though. Like every piece of everything that is happening in my life, I have used it for
yeah.
something.
And this leads us into like the next question too. Like, well, what has been your biggest challenge you faced so far, and how did you overcome it?
When it comes to creating my business, or when it comes to what?
Yeah, your business.
My business, when you don't have a boss to tell you what time you had to do things, is the discipline part is the hardest, I guess, though, because over time, like now you're working for yourself, right? So like you do have some type of freedom, but at the end of the day, if you really want to get, I mean, if you really want to grow it, like you gotta focus on your discipline. So
Yeah.
for me, the biggest challenge that I had right now is just the part of discipline. The discipline of me start doing my own cold calls, doing my presentations, and yeah, just pretty much discipline part.
Yeah.
I know my strengths and I know what I need to work on. And sometimes the discipline part, that's the thing that I gotta work on one more time because I was always used to somebody tell me, no, you gotta do this or you have time that you gotta be at work. When you don't have that and you have that freedom, that's when the discipline had to kick in for sure.
Yeah. Because nobody's on you. So, like, what does your discipline structure look like? What is your daily routine that you keep so you could be successful?
Awesome. So the daily routine that I have, pretty much wake up at 6 a.m. I always like to meditate after I wake up. After that, I always try to go to the gym. That's something that I'm really consistent at, just the gym part. After I finish on the gym, I start working. Pretty much, I always start working around like 9:30 a.m. I always take my coffee, that's for sure. Yeah, I always make sure I start working before, I mean, no later than 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m., I start working on my clients or I do my meetings as well. I can go face to face meetings or I can do online meetings as well. But yeah, around 7 or 8 or 9 p.m., I start working. And yeah, that's when I take dinner and I go to sleep. That's pretty much it, though.
Nice. Do you write out like I know you said you meditate, you have a set schedule, you go to the gym, but do you write out all your goals that you gotta get accomplished for the next day, the night before?
I don't do it the night before, though, but I have done it a lot of times. I have my diary that I write down like what is in my mind to and where I want to go. But yeah, when I meditate, I always try to think about where I want to go in life.
Yeah, cool. So, have you ever had a moment since you started your own business where you felt like, man, I'm gonna give up?
No,
What kept you going?
the reason why I started it, I told myself I was going to do it no matter what, and I'm gonna keep that promise to myself. I always know that if I have a problem, there's always going to be a solution for it, no matter what, though. No matter what situation I get to be in, I know it's always going to be a solution. And I believe in myself, though. So, like, no, I never told myself it was not going to work. I know it's going to work, though. Either I have to try a new thing, or you just got to keep trying and trying and trying to make it happen. That's for sure. I have tried a lot of things before, 100%. And this is a new thing that is helping me, too, though. And I see that I'm making results, that I'm having results, right? And I know I can grow it, but I will never stop no matter what. Even if this business doesn't go through and fail or whatever, I know it's not gonna happen, but at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna pick another thing. I'm gonna keep trying it no matter what though.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Just gotta keep trying though. I mean, failure is part of success though.
Yeah.
That is
So,
some
yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. Cause I was gonna say you have like unwavering belief in yourself. Like, how did you build your belief so strong to know that it's me, I'm gonna get it done no matter what? Because some people struggle with that.
Yeah. Just I guess the things that I have to go through in my life. that's what built me being strong mentality. Because when I used to live in Venezuela, I mean, I didn't have no money. And in the moment that I started doing sales and I started making money for the first time, I realized that was possible. So yeah, I just one more time, I feel so much, but at the end of the day, I never got to quit. At the end, I always try something like when you're not willing to give up and you're willing to keep going, that's it. I mean, that's what build you up. I mean, you gotta fail to have this mentality. That's it. I
Yeah.
felt so much, but then I got up, I kept working, and I made it happen.
So, what's been like one of your craziest experience since opening your marketing company? It could have been like with a client. You don't have to say names because I know confidentiality. But what has been like the craziest experience you had?
The craziest experience, one of my clients got sued though, and they had to close down their business. For real. Absolutely. Yeah, for real. So they got evicted and stuff though. So yeah.
What happened?
They got a lawsuit from the same people pretty much. They were opening locations and stuff like that. They got into an argument and stuff like that, and yeah, they started suing each other, and yeah, it's the
Wow.
craziest thing that ever happened to start working for myself. That's for sure. And I was stuck in the middle.
So that's when you decided to start working for yourself.
The what?
That's what you said. That's when you started.
No, no, no. That's the crazy things that happen since I started
Okay.
working for myself.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, what's one non-negotiable that have to happen in your daily routine that keeps you sharp
I gotta work every day. Like I gotta check myself every day though. That's yeah. I have to work every day.
every day,
Every day, man. Doesn't matter. I
Monday
actually
through Saturday?
Sundays I work even more though, for real. If I have to, I don't know. Like I plus I really like what I do though. I love what I do. I would say I will love to teach it in the future as well, which is one of my plans too. I want to teach people how to do it as well.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah, yeah. I have to work every day. That's pretty much that's my mentality until I grow it. When I have $1 million in my bank, I'm gonna start working every day.
How far are you from away from that goal?
I mean, not that far though. Life can change in a year. I will tell you that though. Life can change in a year. A lot of things can happen in a year. I will tell you that. So
Yeah.
I'm not that far. I know that.
I know, like even life could change in 90 days too. So it's like,
That's it.
yeah. Um, sorry about that.
I know where's up.
So, what advice would you give someone that's starting their first business?
Don't give up and do one more time. Just do whatever it takes. And something that Grant Cardone says, and also Tony Robbins, you gotta have massive action. If you don't want it to fail, just have massive action. Just if you started a business, it's because you really know, like you thought you had what it takes to do it, right? So believe in yourself that you started for a reason. Just keep reminding yourself why you started it, and just don't give up. Just don't give up. Just keep going, no matter what, though. No matter what, just don't give up. That's it.
Yes.
You are the one that have the wheels in your life. I will tell you that. So you can create anything that you want in your life. As long as you believe in, as long as you're willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Like, for real. Just believe, man. Like, for real. Like, my life changed like 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
economically speaking, right?
Yeah.
And that's the moment that I realized that, like, sooner or later, you're gonna have like you're gonna see the results. And when you see the results, like, you start feeling really proud about yourself and everything that you have done. And when you feel that about yourself, I mean, it's like nothing can stop you, man, for real. Because if you got to this point that you build something, that you open up your own business, I mean, that's something that you have to really, really proud on.
Yeah.
Just one time, just remember yourself why you started. Just
Just
why you
why
started.
you started.
Remember when we had that meeting, Sam? As soon as we start working together, the first meeting that I ever run in front of everybody was remember
Yeah.
your why all the time. So
Yeah.
I always kept reminding me why I started, why I do what I do, though, and that's the thing that fuels me, and that's the thing that inspires me to keep going, no matter what I do.
I think the biggest thing that stuck with me from working with Annex was that you had to create a, because it sells. So you had me, I'm usually laid back. I'm not the person that will go up to somebody's door. So one of the biggest things that stuck with me was that you had to create a extra personality.
Yeah.
And Deion Sanders talked about it. He was prime time. When he gets out in the field, he know he's prime time. So for me, I created a different persona, and it was just Mr. Hyde. And when Mr. Hyde goes to the door, it's, hey, I'm gonna talk to you about this. So in life, you just gotta find what works for you, and that worked for me. And ever since I learned that, that's when like the sales started clicking for me. Yeah. What was something that worked for you? Did you had an experience like that?
Right there when I was working in Ani's as well, that I mean, I had to prove myself. And I had that feeling with of gratefulness with Antonio that I just didn't want to let him down. Yeah, I did just didn't want to let him down because when he hired me, because I didn't speak no English, I know the people in the office was talking shit about me. One more time, I didn't speak English at the time, but you're not stupid, you know, when people are talking bad about you though. So that fired me up though. So my mentality was I gotta do whatever it takes one more time though. I don't know if you remember, but our goal was always to knock around like 60 doors and then you had to do 3 loops. Like I told myself, I always got to do the double because like I put myself in that position that I always gonna give out more. So I was no orchetic at that time because I knew that was the only way that I had to do it. I didn't want to let Antonio down. I didn't want to let Vanessa down at the time, and more importantly, I didn't want to let myself down because I told myself I was going to do it. So I had to do whatever it takes to make it happen. If that means knocking more doors and getting more no's, I was willing to do it.
Yeah. And it's just going through the nose, basically. Sales is just going through the nose to get to the
Yeah,
yes.
100%. And then I put myself into this character as well that I was the best salesperson in the office, though. So I had to like just live up to it. Like for real, even when I was not the best, I was like, okay, I have to be the best. I have to be the best. So that was my character. Just saying that because you told me that you had a character too. So I was like, my character is like I'm gonna go to the field. I always gonna make money no matter what, though, and people are gonna see me making money right here. So yeah.
Definitely. So, what are some books that you have read that you recommend that people read to help them on their journey? I know you said Art of War was one of them that you
Yeah.
read.
For me, one of the books that really changed my life was The Monk That Sold His Ferrari. I don't know if you heard about that book. I really recommend that book though. Think and Grow Rich. That's one of the ones that I
Yeah,
actually
that's
think
a real
about.
good one.
I know in Spanish though. Let me just look it up how I can translate it right here. But yeah, The Monk That Sold His Ferrari. That's a book that is gonna help you get to know yourself.
That's interesting. I never heard of that one.
It's really good though. Like
Yeah.
for real. Like for real. You need it's got I mean in myself got me to help me understand myself a little bit more and talks right there about meditation, taking care of your body as well. And says that if you are mentally like if you're in the right position mentally though, I mean taking care of your body, you're doing your meditation, you know where you're going, you're gonna be happy and you're gonna be progressing. And like Tony Robbins says, progress equals happiness. But as long you're working on yourself, you're progressing in some type of way, you're always gonna be feeling happy.
Yeah, definitely. And how important would you say is working out to work success?
I would say it's really important though. Like for real, it keeps your body active. Oh, one more time, you gotta take care of yourself. I mean, you are like this is your car. You need to drive it on the best way possible. So working out for me is essential. Yeah, if you want to be a healthy person in the future, like I will always recommend people to work out. That's for sure.
That,
Plus, you feel active.
yeah,
You feel active. So
yeah,
starting a good day with a good workout. I mean, the rest of the days. I mean, CCP.
yeah. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do like short runs, 3 miles. Today I did my long run. It was 13 miles.
There you
So
go.
I try to keep it
There you go.
going because it helps with your mindset. It helps your day go by easier, you know? So
100%. All the time that I go to the gym, though, I take the time to do audiobooks. And also, like, if I have a problem, I always think it through in the gym, though. So I always take it out in the gym. If I'm pissed or whatever happens, I don't know. I just take it out in the gym, though. And that helps me. Like,
yeah,
it's like going, I don't know, like to psychologist, I guess. I don't know. For me, it helps me a lot, though.
yeah. Because like one of the things that happened this morning, like this morning with my 13-mile run, it was a challenge because
Okay.
um my phone was about to die.
Okay.
I had 2%, right? 2% left. I was at 12.78 miles. I wanted to go 13.1. So it had 2% left and my legs were done. My
Okay.
legs were done. And then I look at my phone, I saw the 2%. I was like, nah man, I can't let the phone die and not get this recorded. So I was like, forget this, I'm running. And I
There
just picked up and run it until I got to 13.1.
you go.
It's just the mindset you have to have. Like,
Yeah.
stuff is
Pushing
gonna
yourself
happen.
too. Yeah.
So you just gotta be able to push through when the obstacle comes about. I was
Yeah.
able to get it done. As soon as I hit done,
How you feel after you're finished?
I felt good. I felt good. My legs hurt, my foot still hurt, but
Of course. I don't mean, it's just the fact that you finish it out, right? And also the fact that, I mean, going to the gym, I mean, like, I don't believe like everybody love working out. I mean, we just have to do it, but doing something that sucks sometimes and still be able to do it. I mean, as soon as you finish, believe me, you feel really good about it. For
yeah,
real. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I want to go to the gym, but I know it's what I have to do and what I need to do. And as soon as I finish doing it, I actually thank myself that I went to the gym and I actually got it done.
yeah. Because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck in the mindset of, man, I should have gone and worked out this morning. You don't want to be shouldn't.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We don't want to be average.
Yeah. So, what is one thing that you may have wanted me to ask you, but I didn't ask you?
Something, I don't know, what are my dreams? Maybe
Okay, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
in the next 5 years,
Yeah,
just to, yeah, honestly, I'm trying to be as humble as I can. I just know in 5 years, I want to become a millionaire. And then I want to start talking public. And I want to start teaching people that no matter where you come from, no matter what your situation, as long as you believe in yourself and you're willing to do whatever it takes, you can make it happen, no matter what. And with here in 5 years, I want to create some type of process of teaching people how you can grow a business on myself and the way that I think. And is I'm gonna teach people how to do marketing, because if you know how to do marketing, there is a lot of clients outside. One thing that all businesses have in common, they all want more sales, and one good way to get more sales is getting more eyeballs, getting your business known by other people that doesn't know you though. So if you're willing to bring that value to a business are going to be willing to pay you some type of money. And if you have some type of work ethic, you can get 10, 15 clients working for yourself. You're going to change your life with that.
yeah,
And nobody teach me how to do it. I just went onto YouTube and I started learning. So
yeah,
I do want to be the person that got it done is and tell people, hey, I did it. I came from this situation. This is where I am right now. I want to show proof that I got there, and then I want to start teaching everything for free. Like I want to just give it out. I know I'm gonna make my money, but I just do more time. I just want to tell people that you gotta make it happen, man, no matter what.
So, like, what's your role in the knee solutions? Because I saw your story on there about the knee solutions company.
Yeah.
How did you got to that?
So that was a crazy idea when coronavirus happened. I started getting into myself into e-commerce businesses, and I don't know if you remember, but I had a knee surgery back in the time.
Yeah,
But when I started learning about e-commerce businesses, I start learning how that part of the business work, right? So you can get a supplier in China, get into an agreement with them to do a private label on their products. And I started looking into products, and I found out this knee massager right there. I communicate with the people that was building it. I did a contract of private labeling, and I started doing my own e-commerce business with that though. So I grew it pretty much from zero. I invested in the first product. Everything started doing good. I started running ads for it, and I started making sales. And yeah, so that's pretty much the job that I do. I contact the supplier, I get more products, and I do all the marketing. So in that way, I can make sales online.
nice.
I'm the CEO of the company. Yeah, I'm the founder and the CEO, and the marketer and everything.
CEO, founder, marketer. Now you need a operations manager to
Yeah,
manage
for
the.
sure, for sure. Yeah, I got to the point that I got busy, but busy is good. Busy is good for business. That's for sure.
So, what are any last minute thoughts you have before we end our session here?
Saying that what you're doing is amazing. And me as a friend, I'm telling you that I'm really proud of you that you're doing it, that you want to help people. And the way they're doing it, I think is great because some of the people they interviewed before, you people that see it, they're gonna get connect with them. Some people can connect with my story. So if you keep interviewing people and they're gonna give them the point of view, it's just one more time, it's amazing. Because my story can compile with somebody else's story. So automatically he's gonna see my story. It's like, hey, we have something in common. I like that person. So if you keep interviewing different people with their own perspective, like it's gonna help somebody.
Yeah.
I really like that, man.
Thank
That's
you, man. I
really part
appreciate
of you that you're doing it. And like I told you before, this is one of the goals of mine. I want to start a podcast. So what you're doing right now is amazing, man. For real.
definitely. I could give you some of the backdoor tips of what to do too.
Nah, amazing. I will appreciate that. That's 100% sure.
All right, man.
What
So,
about you, man?
huh?
Any other questions you want to ask?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
What are your
That's
goals with this? Where
my
you want
goal
to
with
take
it.
it?
Where
Yeah,
I'm gonna take my goal with this is just inspiring people and then building an audience with it, so I can, cause I got, like I said before, I got life coach and I'm getting my license as a therapist. I'm registered intern right now, so I'm working to grow both the podcast and have the podcast help me get clients as far as like building an audience and just being consistent.
amazing.
So
It's
that's
about being consistent. No matter what we do, though, we gotta be consistent at it. And just one more time, when those hard time comes, just gotta keep going.
yeah,
It's
definitely.
always gonna come.
You
But
can't give up because
there's no
what's the
option.
point? Take rest if you must, but never give up.
Never, man. Doesn't matter if you wait for a little bit, though. I mean, something happened, you got hurt. But as long as we don't quit and we just one more time are willing to get up and try to make it happen, I mean, that's what we have to do, though. I mean, I just realize that if something is happening to you, there's a reason behind that. You gotta understand why it's happening to you, though. Be grateful about it because if something bad is happening, there is always a good stuff that you can get out of that, which is
Yeah.
experience.
And then if you don't have ups and downs, basically you're dead.
You're not gonna be a no strong mentality. I will tell you that, though. If you're always used to win all the time, which is great, of course. I mean, if something hits you and you're not used to getting hit and
Yeah.
knowing how to get up, I mean, it's gonna be even more hard.
The biggest lessons are learned when you fell down or fall down.
It's part of the process. Everything's part of the process.
But I just want to thank everybody that came out and check out this episode. Again, this is Be Inspired. If you like this episode, go ahead and like, share, and comment. If you want to connect with Roberto, how do you connect with people can connect with you?
So they can follow me on Instagram as well. The RVDarrell 3. That's gonna be RB as in Victor, ILLARROEL 3, and that's my IG right there. And one last question for you, Sam. Now that that we have spoke again, though, when you got to know me the first part, I don't know, I don't even remember how we used to communicate. But how is my English now? It's better.
Bro, way better.
For real,
I
that's
think
crazy.
I think I used to try to write what I was
Yeah,
saying, kinda. I think that's what we used to do. But ever since I met you, we just clicked. Like,
hundred
and we were
percent.
the only two that was left in our class that
Yeah,
came in together. So we just click, and bro, like you came a long way, and I respect that because you came and you just shows like if you keep your mindset straight, if you come here and just do the work, you can live the dream that you want.
yeah, man.
And that's the main thing. Like just stay hustling, do what you need to do to get where you want to be. Because some of us isn't willing to do the hard work, go out there and take 3 laps around a community and get 50 no's, and then that one yes comes at the 51st, but we're not willing to go do that, you know? So the mindset that you had to get you there, that's really good.
Thank you, man.
You came a
Appreciate it.
long way, man, and I'm happy for you as well.
I'm hungry for you too, bro. For real. That's amazing, man. To see you after all these years, man. This is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it, man. Thank you so much for calling me here. One more time, that's my IG right there. If anything, just send me a DM if you guys want to talk about business, whatever. I mean, I'm here always to help you guys.
So Thank you all for watching. This is Be Inspired TV, where we're inspiring you to live the abundant life you deserve. So go ahead and like, share, and comment on this video and connect with Roberto if you like to.
Let's
All
go.
right. So next time, see you next week. Peace out.
Bye, guys.